Hi guys, welcome back for today's episode. We've got a few things to talk about. First, let's start as usual with the transfer list. Basically, nothing. I've just I'm broke at the moment, and that is all because of Ibrahimovic. This morning when I woke up, he was down to 880. I bought one, and as I finish buying him, what happens? The page refreshes, and as it refreshes, um, I'm able to get another Ibrahimovic, and this time for way cheaper. So basically, I got him for 869. The second one, I do think, like usually, I've noticed Ibrahimovic is quite a popular player, and not only that, his supply is very very low on the market. If we have a look at him, just to have an idea, you guys will see here his supply is incredibly weak. Um, there's less than a page of him, and at the moment he's quite cheap. To be honest, I've been looking at this card for a while. Now you guys know I traded him about 10 days ago. I had one fresh and finally sold him with around 40k profit. And by looking at this card, I do know for sure this card is always 940 come weekend league. Uh, he ranges from around 940 up to maybe 970, and because this card is so rare that the price fluctuates like crazy. Like you may see him at the moment at 900k. Look at him in maybe an hour and he's 920, 930 because it's a rare card. So basically, at every price point, there's only one or two cards listed. So if you look at, for example, 920, that would be the cheapest up to 920. There's maybe four cards on the market, so five to be exact, six. So his price fluctuates a lot, which is very good for trading. But the only downside with this card is the tax bracket is very, very high. So it's kind of a difficult card to trade with. Now, since I'm low on coins, I spent around 1.7, 1.8 mil on Ibra. So I've been selling some of my fodders. I'm still looking to sell those ones, but I'm not that much in a hurry. But some of them are very high at the moment, and I do want to take advantage of selling them in order to create that cash to buy shapeshifters tomorrow. Now, when I say tomorrow, for me in the NA, it's still Tuesday night. Maybe most of you guys, depending on where you are in the world, for some of you guys, it's already Wednesday. So my plan is to buy shapeshifter cards and to invest in them right before rewards, not during rewards, maybe prior to rewards, about an hour before. There is a few very, very good ones that I really, really like. I do think Rashika is one of them. The only reason I think this card may rise is only because he's the cheapest, right? So I've noticed even with future stars and every promos, basically, the cheap cards always tend to rise quite a bit because a lot of people just want a shapeshifter in their squad. And what happens is that they just look around Footbin, all of the cards are out of their reach. And what do? They just go ahead and grab the cheapest one that links to their club. And at the moment, Bundesliga is a very popular league. A lot of people have been rocking Bundesliga squads, so I do think this card has very good potential to rise. Um, Otherwise, the other good ones are pretty expensive. I don't know what's the budget for you guys, but I do think Furlan Mendy is another one who's gonna rise a ton in my opinion. I'm not sure how much he goes for at the moment, but that's another card that will rise quite a bit once he's out of packs. The other one that I really, really like, I do think this is one of the safest investment. Now, usually center backs are not safe investments, but the only reason why I'm going for this card, I do think a lot of people, when they will use a kanji, it's just different tastes, different opinions, and some people will not like a kanji, and they will look to link their Zakaria with another Bundesliga center back. And Alaba is a very good center back. If you look at his in-game stats, they're insane. The pace is there, which is most important on a center back. Medium high, 3 star, 4 star, which is a very rare combination for a center back. The pace is just insane, and overall, this card has very, very good stats. So I do think that's another card which will rise quite a bit. Now I'm gonna pull up the Shapeshifters second squad just to get an idea who else is in the team. Yeah, so there's this one guy whom I think is also a very safe investment, and I am gonna invest in him. That's one of my safest pick as well. It would be Danilo Pereira. No, it's Ricardo Pereira, right? Yeah, it is. It's Ricardo Pereira. I'm sorry for that. I do think he links to quite a few players, basically Portuguese players, and he also links to Premier League, which obviously he plays for Leicester. But the play here, in my opinion, would be Bruno Fernandes. A lot of people have been using Bruno Fernandes. And not only that, Bruno Fernandes, if you look at his inform, the 88 and the winter refresh especially, every single time he scores a goal, people go ahead in the market and buy this card as if it was a live card. And it's not because people think it's a live card. It's basically because people want to use him because they're liking his real life performance. And now that he plays in the PL, he's getting much more noticed than when he was playing in the Liga NOS. So that's another investment in my opinion. Now, at the moment, I'm not investing in much. I have plans for Shapeshifters, but for other things, I'm not investing much except Ibrahimovic. I bought a few informs, the ones that I spoke about yesterday on the video, Nacho, Fernandez, a few other Nachos. It's not Fernandez, it's Fernando. Now, I'm very tired today, so I've been making quite a few mistakes, so I'm sorry for that. But I do have others in my club as well. These are all investments for the future. Basically, if you look at my transfer targets, I do have informs that are just sitting there. It's just coins that are blocked, but I'm okay blocking them because I do have this capacity. Like I have this coin balance, which really allows me to block coins in certain cards and not to rush to sell them. Like this Nacho Fernandez at the moment, I think he's around 19k. I can basically insta sell him at the moment for little profit, right? But I'm okay holding them and waiting for bigger returns. So otherwise, like even the current informs that I bought today and that I'm planning on buying in the future are basically investments which usually take around 3 weeks up to maybe even a month for those cards to be rare enough to give you good profits. So otherwise, I do think because of the extended weekend league, which by the way I ended up grinding up to 14 wins. It was a pain in the ass, and the reason why is the connection was so bad for me. So I ended up grinding it and getting to that 14 wins. I was helped by the extended weekend league, and basically because of the extended weekend league, cards are so expensive at the moment, and I'm just not a fan of investing at the moment because there's too much to lose. The cards are so high that a single content drop, which is basically an SBC or an objective player, may get the market panicking, because I do think a lot of people held on to their cards because they basically told themselves that if I'm selling on a Monday to pick him back up on a Wednesday for more expensive, what's the point? Let's just hold on to this card and continue playing the second week. And I do think this week's sell-off will be much more significant because of the people that are just going to go ahead and list their cards up for crazy prices. But at the moment, the market is way too high. And I tell myself that it's okay not to make coins for a week. like this week's flips, it's okay not to make them. The important part is to not lose them, right? And I have this rule set for myself from the beginning, that I will never ever chase an investment or a flip opportunity, because there's just too much to lose. It happened a lot of times to me at the beginning when I was still new to investing. I would chase cards, and at the end, I would just end up burning myself, and taking huge hits, and not being able to profit as others, right? Because I end up chasing a card and buying it for too expensive than what I should have bought him for. And basically, the important part is not to lose coins, right? And there will be better opportunities in the future. Maybe an SBC that makes the market drop, like you guys saw it this week with Sergio Ramos SBC, Zachariah SBC. It made the whole center backs and full backs market drop, especially right backs and center backs. So there will be good opportunities in which we will be able to invest to make more coins. And at the moment, it's just not worth it. During weekend league rewards, if you guys want to make something like small profit, it won't be something huge, but if you guys want to make some kind of profit, low risk, obviously, I do think it would be wise to invest in 84s and 85s. And the reason being is that currently we've got, like, we're seeing EA is desperate to get cards prices higher, just in order to sell more lightning rounds, which by now everybody knows, and it does make sense at some point. But the cards were too cheap, right? And at the moment we're seeing 81s, 82s, 83s rising. We've seen higher rated cards like the 87s, 86 and above rising. The only market that they're currently trying to get going, but they're not able to, like, properly, would be the 84s and 85s. And I do think at some point we will get maybe this Premier League Player of the Month, or any kind of SBC, which will require basically only 84s or 85s in order to get this market going as well. As you can see here, even this cheaper SBC was released just to get the 84s going, which at some extent it did work, but not all that much. Same goes with Rooney. They made an 84 segment in an 85 just to get that portion of the market going, and it at some extent it did work out, but not fully. And that is the reason why I do think we may get either a Player of the Month, which will be only an 84, or an 85 rated squad. And if that is not possible, then they will release an SBC, which will require 84s and 85s. And 84s, 85s are pretty cheap at the moment. As you can see here, even Lautaro Martinez being an 84 is currently less than 3K. And on bid, I'm pretty sure you may be able to get him for cheaper. Now think, during rewards, these type of cards get listed for crazy prices. There's snipe opportunities, bidding opportunity. So I do think the 84s and 85s are currently the best bet. Just like I said with the high rated, it did work out. It was just a matter of patience. If you lost patience too early, then you missed out on a good opportunity to make coins. And at the moment, I'm convinced the 84s and 85s will rise a ton. This is why I'm still holding my 85s, even though I've got quite some good profit. Like this Berkey at the moment, I did see him up at 9K and I still didn't sell him. And same goes with all these players. Like, I'm still holding the 85s and 84s. And even at the moment, I'm selling the high rated ones, like the 88s and 89s, because we saw it today. This market like rose quite a bit, like the very high rated cards. This is why EA dropped the mega pack, which was tradable. Whenever they drop an untradeable pack for a challenge, it's because the market is too low. And when they drop tradable ones, it's just to make the market come back to normal. So I did understand that, and this is why I went ahead and took some coins on the very high rated ones, because the packs might be buffed. The rewards one, just to get people to pack more high rated ones and just to supply the market. But overall, doing rewards, the 84s, 85s are my best bet, because we're missing out on flips, which is not a problem. Do take advantage of buying the 84s and 85s and the flips if you guys want to do them on your own. Very good. It's something which I always encourage, but I don't think the upside is there. Like the risk reward is too high to my likings. This is why I'm not currently investing. But otherwise, we never know. Maybe in tomorrow's upload, the market will have changed. Maybe there's an objective or something which makes a few cards more buyable. I will keep you guys in the loop for that. Do not worry on that. Otherwise, that's about it for today. And if you guys enjoyed the content, give a thumbs up. It really supports the channel. Sometimes that's all it takes to keep a person going into making more content daily basis. Like I'm not doing that for money. I'm pretty well I'm well off when it comes like in terms of money, but I'm doing it because I'm enjoying doing it. But the support is always needed, and if you are one of those that always likes the content that you really appreciate, then I'm very thankful for that, and I hope I'm always able to get you the content which you like. And that's about it for today, and I'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow. Bye.